Let's smoke a pre-cooked ham for the Easter holiday. Before you prepare your ham, get your pellet grill started so it's warmed up. I'm dumping in the Costco blend of pellets, which is oak, hickory, maple, and cherry wood. Make sure to always start your grill with the lid open and close it when the smoke starts to disappear. So what people commonly do is get a spiral cut ham. They're very popular, very convenient, and this will work if that's what you want to use. I'm using a non-cut ham because what I would like to do is have the option to cut different thicknesses for some lunch meat afterwards, for some thicker ones thicker slices to go with a breakfast. So I want the options. So I've got a good solid ham here. And so what we're going to do, this is pre-cooked. This is not smoked. It's cured and it's pre-cooked. And I'm going to put it in the smoker to cook it, or to heat it up rather, and to add some smoke flavor to it. What I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to do some diagonal cuts, or actually cross-cut it, get some diamonds, so that I could get some spices into it and get those juices flowing. So you don't want to go too deep, but go about an inch apart, and maybe a quarter-inch deep. So we're going to make these cuts all the way around, not the face. So of course, while we're doing this, we've got our smoker heating up and getting to temperature. After we've made these cross cuts into it, what we're going to do is we're going to spice it. We're going to use mustard as a binder. You normally would want to use a binder to hold your spices onto your protein, whatever you're cooking. So we're just going to kind of get some mustard on this. Just rub that in there really good. Get it all over there because you want to make that spice stick. So what I'm going to use to spice this is it's a Traeger blend. It's the Traeger pork and poultry blend. And just going to sprinkle that all over the place. And the spice, not only does it spice it, it'll help give it a good bark. Okay, let's see if we're up to temperature yet. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to our temp, which is going to be 275 today. You could go a little bit lower, a little bit higher. Just depends on how fast you want to get this. The lower you go, the more smoke you'll get into it. So what we're going to do, we're putting this face down, and in the back, so what we've got a pan full of water that we're going to stick in the back. Having a water pan inside helps keep the humidity level up so that it doesn't dry out during the cook. We're going to put a couple temperature probes inside so we can monitor the temperature as we're heating it up. You want to watch, don't get it by that bone. Let's get it down nice and deep inside. And I'm just going to do 2 so that we have a couple options. So typically it takes about 15 to 20 minutes per pound. So we'll see you back in a couple hours. When we're at about 120, we're going to add a glaze to this. Okay, so we're almost to 120 degrees internal temperature on the ham. So what we want to do is create a glaze to put over the top. We're going to start with a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We're going to add about a 1/4 cup of maple syrup to that. And give it a little bit of a kick, we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of bourbon to that. And just to kind of get the sugar dissolving, we're going to go ahead and heat it up a little bit. Just whisk that in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our ham inside a pan to catch the drippings, keep things a little cleaner, and brush on some of this glaze and throw it back in the smoker. So for the first glazing, I'm going to do it out here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to glaze about every 15 minutes till we get up to about 150 degrees internal. And I'll just do that over there, but I want you to see the first one. What we want to do is just kind of brush that on there everywhere. Get it inside the little cuts we made. So let's get this going. And we'll repeat this in about 15 minutes. And it looks like probably just one more glazing after that, and the ham should be done. About 150, 155, anywhere in that range is just perfect. Okay, so for this round of glazing, what we're gonna do, pull it out, and we're just gonna pour it over the top. That is one beautiful ham. We'll be right back. Okay, let's take a look and see how this is doing. Oh, that's beautiful. That is one beautiful ham. We're going to take this inside, let it set for about 15 minutes, and then cut into it. Okay, so this ham looks fantastic. Let's cut into it. What we're going to do is we're going to cut straight down till we hit that bone. And then we're going to do a couple slices like that and then cut across inside like that. Or maybe it won't even have to cut in. It might just fall right off. And let's see. Look at that gorgeous ham. Take a little bite off this. That's tasty. So like I said, I bought the whole, not the spiral cut, so I could do different thicknesses. What I'll end up doing after dinner, I'll end up taking half of it off the bone, so we'll cut it in halves. And I'll do some thicker steak cuts, ham steak cuts, and then I'll use a slicer to cut some lunch meat off it. And we'll have a lot of great lunches with this. Thank you for joining us here at the Flavor Crew. If you got any value out of this content, hit like, subscribe, and watch for some more content. See you next time.